All right, for week eight discussion, I chose to choose option one. In what ways does Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from the Birmingham jail speak to you personally as a human being, and why does it matter? So, personally, from what he said, is it speaks to me as a human being because what he writes about is very much in line with how God wants us to be. He writes about like how nonviolent protests and negotiation is great. And I believe that's fantastic. I feel like to be good Christians, to be able to have disagreements with others, cannot be done through violence. And especially with how it means that matters today, is nowadays you're seeing so many violent protests. You're seeing all this outrageous, awful protest when you could have solved this with just having a one-on-one convo. And whenever people don't start having one-on-one convos, that's when violence is happening. And nowadays it's really hard having those one-on-one combos because everyone's so angry and everyone's just so mad all the time. And it just does not help with anything. And it just it's so nice to read this and having it such relate to nowadays, especially with how he talks about church leaders talking about civilization having religious leaders for failing, and he was talking about how they're failing for civil rights support, which is very odd because you think with the church everyone's built free, everyone's built in the image of God, everyone has value, and the fact that some church leaders were not having that was very sad, and it speaks today is you see all this not people being treated the same. Being treated different. How everyone is not made altogether in the image of God. Some people are believing it. People next to them are beyond human. They're not. They're something worse than humans. They're just awful people, and it's so sad. And it matters so much because it's a call to action. What he writes is basically a call to action. It still talks to us today. How we need to all treat each other with basically kindness, being human beings, and being able to have conversations and be around each other, to be kind and to fight for each other's rights. Having people fight for the rights of individuals, not just for themselves, and for the rights for everyone, regardless of if their skin tone is different than us, whatever gender or whatever political view they have, having rights for everyone.